This video is dry tapering benzodiazepines, Klonopin, and you'll need a Gemini 20 scale, a micro spoon, tweezers, comes with this, the tray, a powder container, this is a 10 milliliter beaker, Klonopin tablets. So the first thing you need to do is get 7 tablets, and we need to weigh those. Put the tray on, turn the scale on, wait till it comes up to 0. And we're going to put 7 tablets on the scale, and we have 1.412. Okay, we weighed those 7 tablets and we came up with 1.412. So the next thing we do is get our mortar and pestle, put the 7 tablets in there, crush those into a powder. I like to use a piece of cardstock and a small little brush. You don't have to use that, but this is just a little makeup brush. You can use a funnel if you have one, and then I just use that to pour that into my powder container. And the reason why we did the 7 tablets is we want to, the tablet weight, some of them will vary, so you want to come up with an average, and so we took that 1.412, divided it by 7, and that came up to 0.2017, and so we'll want to round up to 0.202, and so all of our tablets will, our very start will be 0.202, and that's what we'll be tapering off of. So the very first taper that we would be doing at 5%, you know, in my case, I taper no more than 2 to 5% every 2 to 4 weeks. And so the very first taper would be 0.202 minus 5%, and 0.192 would be our very first taper. And then we would go at least 2 to 4 weeks. Some people go 2 weeks. I sometimes stretch that out to 4 weeks. After I go a couple weeks, I'll do my next taper, and so that will be 0.192 minus 5%, and so our second taper will be 0.182, and then your third taper after that would be 0.182 minus 5% equals 1.73. That would be the third taper. The next thing you want to do is set the tray on the scale, and this is a size 0 veggie capsule, and I set the veggie capsule on there first to ignore the weight of the capsule as they weigh most of the ones I've weighed are 0.093, but we don't need to know that. We just need to know the our taper amounts, and that will be added to this capsule. So our very first taper will be 0.192. So we'll turn the scale on with the capsule on there, the tray in there. And you'll see I have the tray, I have the capsule at a little bit of an angle, right where the little notch is, and it keeps it up at a little bit of an angle, makes it easier to add the powder to. And so we're going to add 0.192 for our very first taper. And there's 0.192. You like to use the tweezers, keeps you from spilling anything. And just lift it off. Put the cap on it. And that will be our very first taper. 0.192. Not counting the capsule weight, which we put on there first before we turned it on. So your next taper will be after you've gone at least 2 weeks. You'll be your next one that you'll fill, like I did just prior, is 0.182, and then your third taper will be 0.173, and so on. And keep track of this. Write it down on a log along with how I'm feeling. And here's a couple things I used at the very start. It's an Easy Glide syringe, and it's just an option to use, but the the size 0 veggie capsules fit on the bottom of these, and so I did use this at first, and it was a little handy, but I found that just using the micro spoon to fill up the capsules was just as fast. But you can fill up one of these, and then you can tap the bottom of it, and it'll fill your capsule up too. This is just an option. These were the capsules that I got these off Amazon, and it was the size 0. There's many sizes that they have. This is a close-up of that. You'll see the ones that I use. Okay, all of these things that I got, the Gemini 20, the micro spoon, also the syringe if you decide to use that, and there's other containers that you can use, pill containers. I suggest glass. This one again is a Pyrex, and the mortar and pestle. All of these I got on Amazon. And that's it. I hope this helps, and I'll leave this on just for a sec so you can review that.